The greater Los Angeles County is such a large and vast place. Millions and millions of people live here. You got the east side, the valley, the south side, South Bay, you got the west side. Well, today we're going to be talking about the west side, more specifically West Los Angeles, which is the area pretty much riding along the 405 freeway just west of Beverly Hills and between Santa Monica and Beverly Hills, basically. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 specific neighborhoods to live in West Los Angeles. Also, if this is your first time on my channel, guys, my name is Darren Kriz. I'm a local real estate agent and Native Angelino with a team that help people every day buy, sell, and invest in real estate here in Los Angeles. So reach out, email in description if you are looking to move or if you know someone looking for a place or an investment property here in LA. Happy to help. I know this area like the back of my hand. Not gonna lie, test me on that. But let's get right into this video on the top 5 neighborhoods in West LA. All right, so in this video, I'm not going to just be talking about the basics, Venice, Santa Monica. That's for the West Side Los Angeles video, but this is West LA, specifically more of the narrow portion. I'm going to show you a map right here. This part is considered West LA. So the first place I'm going to be talking about is Palms, the neighborhood of Palms specifically. It is a unique neighborhood. A lot of people that live in Palms might just say they live in Culver City, which is very up and coming. I know Culver City used to not be the nicest place back in the day, but now if you drive around the downtown portions of Culver City, it is absolutely booming. A lot of brand new apartment buildings and brand new homes are being built on the southern portions of Culver City. Down here in the residential neighborhoods, amazing neighborhoods. I'll show you a quick little driving tour right here. Street view of some of the parts. You got brand new, look at that, brand new home, and I just dropped this on a random street. It is obviously going to have a mix of a Spanish duplex, Spanish single-family homes, which this one has actually been upgraded and renovated quite nicely. Better than you would see in a lot of the parts of West Hollywood. But then you have modern build. This might be a 2017 build or so. I can tell by the way the garage, that modern garage, a lot of 2017 modern homes were built like that. But as you make your way down this area of town in Culver City, you can see the palm trees, just great neighborhoods in general, but that's all I want to show you for that. That is Culver City. We're talking about Palms. The Palms neighborhood has a lot of new apartment buildings. This is more so apartment buildings. A younger demographic will be living in Palms because it is extremely centrally located, as you can tell. It is right next to the 10 freeway, and that is very convenient because if you live in, let's say, West Hollywood up here, you're about 20 minutes away from any freeway. So if you're living in West Hollywood or Beverly Grove, the Grove area, there is pretty much nothing that you can do outside of this unless you want a pretty hefty commute. But in Palms, if you want to go to the beach, you can easily just take Venice Boulevard, which is right here, the 187, down to Venice, or take the 10 to Santa Monica, about 10-15 minutes both ways to get to either. Or 405 is right next to it as well. So the central location of Palms is one of the best reasons to live there, as well as it being a little more affordable than living in Brentwood, let's say, or any other areas, because we are pretty close to the south side. Even though Palms, Culver City are really nice neighborhoods, it is probably one of the most affordable to live in. And with the location and everything, still a lot to do. Culver City, Palms, highly recommend you check it out. But we got to move on to the next one on this list, which is not too far away, Mar Vista, just a little bit more toward the west side, so it's going to be a bit more expensive than in Palms. Mar Vista is typically more so a suburban single-family neighborhood with more families in general. You do have parks, little leagues, all that. It'll feel more like the Valley if you're living in Mar Vista with a little more expensive homes. Maybe like a lower-end Encino is what I might be calling Mar Vista. But you're only 10 minutes away from the ocean or less, which is also nice. You can easily bike to the ocean from Mar Vista in this area called the Mar Vista Houses. Pretty generic and unique name, if I do say so. Also, Santa Monica Airport, very small airport. You fly jets, smaller planes, helicopters out of that airport, and it's not too big of a concern as it would be living by LAX, which would, if you're living in Westchester, you're going to be hearing planes pretty much all day. But Mar Vista, you got the Whole Foods, you got all of your best, you got your elementary schools, you got nice restaurants. It's known for having a lot of nice coffee shops, more of the mom and pop shops throughout Mar Vista, especially here on Venice. A lot of mom and pop coffee shops, cafes, taco shops. You're going to find your local spots that you're going to like. You've got Rustic Kitchen Wine Bar right here, which is a phenomenal spot as well. And since I showed you what it looks like from the streets of Palms, might as well show you a little quick look from Venice Boulevard here, just going down Mar Vista. Wide streets with the center divider. Beautiful day that they shot this. Of course, it's always a beautiful day in LA, so it's hard to get a rainy day or an overcast day. But you can see this is just a typical commute in Venice. And then as we keep going down, you got Campos Tacos over here, your local liquor store, and just everything you'd need in a typical neighborhood. And then if you turn into the streets of Mar Vista, I actually do have, I'm not going to show you everything in each of these neighborhoods, but I do have a driving tour of Mar Vista that you can click on. If you go to the rest of my channel, I have me driving, giving some commentary through the streets and the neighborhoods of Mar Vista, so you definitely want to check that out if you want to know more about Mar Vista. But let's go on to number 3, because we got 3 more to talk about on this list here. Number 3, guys, is Brentwood. So Brentwood is going to be the most expensive part of this strip of West Los Angeles, because if you go, the more north you go, the more expensive homes will be in Brentwood, Brentwood Park, Brentwood Heights. You got a couple gated communities is there as well, and it leads you all the way up to the Getty. You're getting views as good as the Getty all the way out to the ocean from some of these $20+ million houses in Brentwood. So, but you can also afford on the northeast side right here, in these areas near Bundy, a little south of the Brentwood Country Club, you do get more affordable homes, let's say in the 2 to 4, 1.5 to 3 million. You can probably get something okay in this area of Brentwood. And then as you go east, this is the heart of Brentwood, San Vicente. You're going to get higher end restaurants in Brentwood than you would in Palms or Mar Vista. More of the big franchises like the Whole Foods. You got Pizzeria. You got Mendocino Farms, John and Vinny's, LA Staple. You got the Sugar Fishes. And then, of course, Chipotle, all that good stuff. As you go up, you got the Brentwood Village, where you have right next to Brentwood High School. There are a lot of local spots there as well to visit, such as Tsum Tsum, probably my favorite restaurant. Not restaurant, it's like a Mediterranean Chipotle if you've ever been to Tsum Tsum. It's like a better kava, if you guys know what kava is. I go to Tsum Tsum once a week. You get the chicken, the hummus, all the vegetables. You don't feel as bloated or as bad as you would if you go to Chipotle. But I'm a big Tsum Tsum fan. They got a great one in Brentwood I go to all the time. And you're very close to UCLA, Westwood as well on the opposite side of the freeway, but you're not in Westwood, so you're not going to be getting all the as young of a crowd. Brentwood's more for young adults or families as well as you're living in these areas. But it's a great community in general. Right next to Sawtell, there are a couple luxury high-rises they built too in Brentwood in the past couple of years, such as the Landmark. And then here on Wilshire, you have more cafes, shops, a couple bars and stuff. And it's very close to Santa Monica. So there you have it, Brentwood. Next on this list is actually Westwood. That is one of the main parts right next to the specific West Los Angeles neighborhood. Now we're talking about West LA neighborhoods. And so Westwood is where UCLA is. That's when you think of Westwood, you should pretty much just think of UCLA. But a great thing about Westwood is it will definitely motivate you if you live in Westwood, because it is just south of Bel Air. You will get a lot of Bel Air residents going to a couple of the spots in Westwood, although they would try to avoid it. It is just way closer than going all the way to Beverly Hills and getting food over there. Let's say a typical lunch spot. You're going to see a lot of working professionals as well as, of course, a lot of UCLA students around the Westwood area. But Westwood has more high-rise buildings because you have the Wilshire Corridor right there, and then a lot of student housing as well. So if you want to live in Westwood, it is central, right next to the 405. You can go up and down. It is more affordable because there are a lot of students that need housing that have to live in Westwood. So if you're a young adult and don't want to live in, let's say, Brentwood or even closer to Santa Monica, Westwood is not a terrible option if you're looking to spend a little less on rent or buy a nice investment property and rent it out to students as well. I know I have a couple clients that have done that, and I've been very satisfied with their investment property. UCLA students aren't typically going to destroy a house that they're renting in. I know that's in the back of your mind if you're going to be renting to college students. But UCLA, I mean, it's not that easy to get into. So it's not like one of these, it's not like you're renting out to kids going to a community college that you think might just wreck the place. But still, got to be careful of anyone. Screen everyone that's renting. Get them a guarantor. But then these are the neighborhoods in the Westwood area, a little more expensive. You can probably get a $2 to $5 million range in a home over there. But yeah, this is the part of West LA that I would just recommend as well if you're trying to get your feet wet in investing or just starting out in LA as a young professional wanting to rent but don't want to be too far out on the west side just yet. But next, last but not least on the list, we're going back to Palms, going a little north, and this might be controversial as West LA specifically, but I like talking about this neighborhood, Cheviot Hills. So Cheviot Hills technically is this entire part right just south of Rancho Park Golf Course. It is completely made up of residential single-family homes in very windy, hilly roads. Let me just give you a little random drop and see what kind of roads we're showing you guys. So you see single-family, looks like your typical neighborhood. Lots of trees. This looks like a neighborhood that you might find in in like a Massachusetts neighborhood or in a nice old school movie. You know, you got your classic Cape Cod single family traditional style modern farmhouses as well. Spanish homes. I mean, tree-lined streets. There are hilly parts of Cheviot Hills pretty much. That's what I was looking for. That's why I was going down these hills. But this is just what the neighborhood will typically look like. I actually do also have a full driving tour of Cheviot Hills on my channel. Go check that out if you haven't seen that as well. To see a little more about Cheviot Hills, one cool and unique thing Cheviot Hills has is the Griffin Club right here, Los Angeles. It is a country club without a golf course, tennis courts, restaurants, pools. Just pretty much that. You have to be, you don't have to be living in Cheviot Hills as well to be a member at this club. Also great schools in Cheviot Hills. Some of the top in all of LA are around Cheviot Hills as well. If you're looking to put your kids to school and buy a single family house in a nice residential neighborhood with not too much traffic. That's another plus about Cheviot Hills. Not a crazy amount of traffic that you would see in maybe Brentwood. Brentwood does have more traffic than any of the other places I have talked about on this list, Cheviot Hills. If you're driving around Cheviot Hills, you are there because you know someone around there or you live there, because there is really no reason to just drive through Cheviot Hills to get to another point unless you're going to the golf course from Palms. But besides that, Cheviot Hills is just its own residential suburban neighborhood, which is a great hidden pocket of LA if you want to spend a little less, if you are into that Beverly Hills lifestyle but don't want to live in Beverly Hills and deal with LA per se, you know, the whole LA vibe. Want to be a little more west side on West LA, or if you like golfing, you can walk to Rancho Park, or if you live in Cheviot Hills, you can also become a member at Hillcrest Country Club, a very nice country club, a little bit different from the LA Country Club just north, their rival right there. But that was it. Cheviot Hills, great neighborhood, single family. If you have any other questions, reach out to me down below. Those were just 5 specific neighborhoods in West Los Angeles. This strip around the 405 technically is what I wanted to talk about today. Didn't want to really go into the Santa Monica's, the Palisades, the Venices. You know, I've talked about those enough here on this channel. But if you have any other questions about moving, renting, or investing in real estate in LA, reach out to me and my team. Links, emails in the description down below. Let me know if you have any questions about anything specifically, or if you need any recommendations about anything in LA too. Happy to help. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel if you're interested in what some of the houses look like. I do vlogs of some of those homes, and I just show you everything about Los Angeles here on the west side and in the San Fernando Valley as well in general. So, like I said, like, subscribe. See you guys on the next video. Peace.